So over the past few weeks, there have been lots of different reports coming out about Aaron Rodgers, about the Packers, about the entire situation, and at times it can be hard to figure out exactly what's going on because there's so many differing perspectives and differing reports. We heard Aaron Rodgers say that no one in his inner circle speaks with the media, so anything we hear from his side isn't from him. So that sort of makes you question some of the reports that are coming out. But then you have the other reports on what the Packers are thinking, which sort of makes you think, okay, are the Packers trying to get some of this information out? Is this true? Is it not true? But on this channel, I do just want to share what the NFL reporters are saying because it's important, I think, to see what could potentially be happening. The truth is we don't exactly know exactly what is true, exactly what is not true. But I want to cover one thing that was said by Tom Pelissero of NFL Network yesterday on the Rich Eisen show about the Packers and their thoughts on Rodgers. So here it is right here. He said this: "All I can speak for is what I know, which is that if Rodgers wants to play for the Packers and if he is bought into the way they want to proceed here, then the Packers want him back." So as I said, there's been lots of different reports coming out. In the past week, there was one report from Tom Silverstein of Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel that at some point last season, according to an NFL colleague, Brian Gutekunst wanted to move on to Jordan Love. So that could have happened. And then we also have a report some information come out from Bob McGinn, who used to report for the Packers, and he said the Packers are disgusted with him. And so when you hear what I just said mixed with the report that they're disgusted with him, I don't think both of those things can be true unless they are willing to bring back Rodgers, even though they're disgusted with him. So there's lots of information to parse through, and so you can choose who to believe, who not to believe. But I wanted to make it clear that supposedly, according to Tom Pelissero, if Rodgers wants to play for the Packers, and at the same time, if he is willing to buy into what the Packers want to do, then they're happy to have him back. And so me personally, I have been contemplating myself, do the Packers really want Rodgers back, or are they just trying to make it seem like that so if he gets traded, there's not any hard feelings? Or are they really happy having him back if Rodgers is able to, I guess, agree to what they sort of want to do moving forward with the franchise? Because there were parts of me at times throughout the past couple months that were wondering if maybe deep down the Packers front office, Brian Gutekunst, want to move to Jordan Love. And that has been something that I've been wondering about. But supposedly, if Rodgers wants to come back and play and sort of proceed in the same way the Packers want to, then they want to have him back in Green Bay in 2023. And so I think when we look at this, the question is, if Rodgers does want to come back, will Rodgers want to and be okay with going forward in the way the Packers want to? And that's a question I have is, what exactly do the Packers want to do? Because one thing Aaron Rodgers brought up in the past couple months since the season ended in Detroit, or against Detroit, was that are the Packers going to be in a rebuild or a reload? So are they going to keep lots of these veterans around, or are they maybe going to go a little bit younger? And I think that if the Packers were wanting to move on from some veterans, maybe guys like Lazard, Cobb, Tunyon, Mercedes Lewis, potentially, who are all free agents, if the Packers want to move on from those guys and go a different direction, does Aaron Rodgers still want to return? And honestly, I feel like, this is my perspective on what I've heard from Rodgers, that if they don't want to bring back lots of the same guys, that Rodgers may say, you know what, okay, I'm going to go elsewhere because I feel like we had a solid team. We can maybe add some more pieces and go for it once again. And that's sort of the question is, will they be on the same page if he wants to return, which I'm not honestly too sure about. I think that they could have different ideas about what needs to happen going forward. And so that's sort of the big question right now. And so as we await Aaron Rodgers, whatever he wants to decide, I will continue to share whatever reports come out because we can take a look at them, see, you can agree, not agree, but I want to continue to share them on here for anyone who wants to know what the reporters are saying. So that is all for this video. I appreciate you guys watching. If you would like to stay up to date with all Packers news, Packers analysis, feel free to subscribe to the channel down below. But that is all for this video, and I'll see you guys next time.